Topics. Andrew Luck, we heard from him. He says he's not concerned about the fact that he hasn't thrown a football since his surgery in January to repair a torn labrum. We're not that far away from the start of training camp, and typically quarterbacks have already been going through workouts. This is the time when they get guys and say, hey, let's all go out to California and we'll hang out by the beach. We'll go out and do our workouts together and then hang out and eat steaks and drink beers and whatever and just get some togetherness here on this squad and things like that. But he can't even do that.
Yeah, it's one thing not to be able to throw, and then you talk about, well, okay, we'll say he can throw in a month, a few weeks, whatever it is. Then you have to build that shoulder strength, that arm strength back up to get NFL ready. I would be concerned. I don't think Luck has a choice but to take it day by day and rehab. That's all he could do. Can't worry about things that he can't control. But I certainly would be alarmed if I'm a Colts fan. I guarantee people within the organization are concerned about it.
I would think so too. But if you listen to Andrew Luck here, he doesn't seem so concerned.
To be honest, I have not thought about it. If I'm ready for it, then great. If I'm not, then that's the way it is. I'm certainly hopeful for it, but in my mind, all I can do, I truly feel this way, and it is, maybe it's cliche, maybe not, but I truly feel that with this rehab, with my shoulder, I can't look 5 months down the road, 3 months, 2 months, a week down the road. To me, it's about the next rehab session, the next day, and that's where my focus is, and that's where I think it needs to be for me to truly, get back to 100%.
So he says, honestly, I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, I think he's trying to not think about it, but of course, it's human nature.
Sure.
You have to think about it and hope that he can be ready. But I do like that he's at least trying to focus on not worrying about stuff that he cannot control. There's nothing he can do about it. It is what it is. If his shoulder's not ready, he can't go, like he said. He doesn't know if he's going to be ready for training camp. I would say it's doubtful that he's going to be at this point if he can't even throw the football, but can't start thinking 3 months, 6 months down the road or whatever it may be. You hope that he could get that shoulder healthy. Look, it's not good for the Colts. It's not good for the league. Andrew Luck, one of the better quarterbacks. You want to see him in there.
It's interesting because this injury apparently happened in the 2015 season, and then all throughout last season, he put up some decent numbers, threw for over 4,200 yards, but he was having to use painkillers and getting shot up every game to be able to go out there and do that. So I'm sure when some of that painkiller wore off, he must have been in excruciating pain if the shoulder was torn labrum. If anybody's ever gone through something like that with tendonitis or anything like that, you know that it feels like your arm's going to fall off after that. And, who knows how many throws when you're throwing 35, 40, 45 throws per game. And that's just in the actual game. Forget about warm-ups.
Right, and I'm sure that that's one of the reasons, since that injury, he has not been the same player as he was prior.
Correct.
It's clear. I don't care what his numbers say a year ago, and they were good. They weren't Andrew Luck type numbers. You expect him to be a top quarterback in this league, so maybe that shoulder, really did need to be repaired here, and hopefully he becomes stronger from it. But who knows when that will be.
Something to consider for all you bettors out there looking at the Colts, and especially early on in the season. Be careful about laying too much money there on Luck in the Colts.